Hello friends, I welcome once again to my channel Chemistry with Shambhavi Avasthi. Today we will be discussing some more topics, but before I start my video, I need to tell you that in my previous video, one or two places I have done some mistakes, so I need to confess this with you. This is not a live class, so I have done that. See, this example I have given you in my last video. In here, I have not joined here ane, so it will be hepane. So I hope this errors you might have noted in it. So please forgive me for this. And now we will start our new video. Friends, today we will be discussing about nomenclature of cyanides, amine and ether. Today we will be discussing about the nomenclature of cyanides, amine and ether. This will be lecture 6. So let me start. First we will discuss the nomenclature of cyanides. Cyanides that will be represented as Cn, and the suffix will be nitrile. Understood, children? So let me take the first example. In this, you can see there is one carbon atom. Number of carbon atom here is 1. So the naming will be methane nitrile. Methane nitrile. Understood, students? How you will be naming these? Understood? Look here, students. Look here. How many carbon atoms here? 2 carbon atoms. So it will be ethane nitrile. It will be ethane nitrile. Okay, students. Let us do some complex examples. Let us take this example, students. Let us take this example. In this example, you can see that Cn is at one end, so we will start the numbering from here since it is the functional group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood? There is a substituent at the third position, that is methyl. If nothing is given, if it's like this, so you should understand is a methyl group. Understood? So let us name it. It will be 3-methyl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pent. There is a double bond at the second position. 2-ene nitrile. So the naming will be 3-methyl pent 2-ene nitrile. Understood, students? Now let us take some more examples. Let us take this example, students. Let us take this example. Everything will be clear to you. I'll tell you everything. See, you'll start the numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can take this chain or you can take this chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will take this chain. Why you will take this chain? The rule comes here. What the rule says? That take the longest chain with maximum number of double or triple bond. With maximum number of double or triple bond. So here it is a triple bond and here it is a double bond. So we will take this. So we can see that at the third position this will become the substituent. This will become the substituent, and at the second position you have 2 methyl groups. So how to name this? First you will name this complex substituent. Okay, first you will name this complex substituent. Let us write it down. it will be 3. It will be, the numbering will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the third position we have this substituent. It will be 3. This will be the first carbon. Okay, this is directly attached. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 2 cyclo pro 1, 2. This will be the first, second. 2 in. Then at the fourth position you have cyclopentyl ring. 4 cyclopentyl. Then how many carbon in this substituent? 1, 2, 3, 4. Butyl. Okay, so this will be the substituent. This will be the whole substituent. Now at the second position you have 2 methyl groups. Will be like this. Understood? It will be like this. So what you will write? 2,2-dimethyl. It will be 2,2-dimethyl. Then count the number of carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. But. Then at the third position you can see the double bond. 3 in 1 nitrile. It will be 3. At the third position we have this substituent. Now this is the substituent, this is the first carbon. At the second position of the carbon there is a branching, that is cycloprop 2-ene. 2 means at the second position of this branch it has a double bond. Then at the fourth position it has a cyclopentyl ring attached to it. So we have confirmed it, 4 cyclopentyl. Then this whole group 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. So it will be butyl. And then at the second position you have 2 methyl groups. So it will be 2,2-dimethyl but 3-in-1 nitrile. Understood, students? Now I'll tell you some important rule that will be applicable to all the terminal functional group. The rule says is a terminal functional group, and if any terminal functional group directly attached to a ring, we use another suffix. Students, we have done this in case of aldehyde also. Since aldehyde also is a terminal functional group, so we have named it as carbaldehyde. So here what will be the suffix? It will be carbonitrile. It will be carbonitrile. Understood, students? So let us take some example so that it is more clear to you. How to name this? This is a cyclohexane ring and this is a cyanide group directly attached to the ring. So it will be called cyclohexane carbonitrile. It will be cyclohexane carbonitrile. Cyclohexane carbonitrile. Understood, students? Now let us take one more example that is a little bit different to this example. Understood? Now you can see this structure. There is one carbon between the functional group and the ring. So it is not directly attached. This functional group is not directly attached. So how you will name it? 1, 2. So it will be 2 cyclohexyl. This ring becomes the substituent. This will become the substituent. This will be the main chain. This will be the main chain. So at the second position you got the substituent. So 2-cyclohexyl ethane nitrile. Ethane nitrile. So the name will be 2-cyclohexyl ethane nitrile. I hope this is clear to you, students. Now one more thing I need to tell you. Please note it down and we will move to one rule more. Okay. This says that there is a symmetry. If there is a symmetry in structure, then use suffix carbonitrile. Carbonitrile. Understood, students? So what is symmetry? This you have studied in aldehyde also, that if all the 3 carbon atoms have same functional group, similar structures, then we use the suffix carbaldehyde there, and here we will be using carbonitrile. See here, this is a propane group. This is 1, 2, 3 carbon, and all the 3 carbons have CN group attached to it. So we will call it as propane 1, 2, 3 carbonitrile. Propane 1, 2, 3 carbonitrile. Let us take one more example. So you need to distinguish when you will be naming this as carbonitrile, what is symmetry and how to differ between symmetry and if it's not symmetrical. That will be clear to you with another example. Please note it down. Look here, students. Now, here you can note that there is a functional group at the first position and at the third position, but this second carbon has no similar structure with these two. So here we can't use carbonitrile. So how you will name this? It will be propane 1, 3 dinitrile. It will be propane 1, 3 dinitrile. Understood, students? I hope this point is clear to you. Let's take one more example. Now how to name this? You can clearly see that all the four carbon are symmetrical. So you will name it as butane 1, 2, 3, 4 tetra carbonitrile. Butane 1, 2, 3, 4 tetra carbonitrile. I hope this point is clear to you. Now let us move to the nomenclature of amines. Amines are represented as NH2 and the suffix is amine. Understood, students? Now let us take some examples so it will be clear to you. This will be how many carbon atoms? 1 carbon. So it will be methane 1 amine. It will be methane 1 amine. Understood? One more example we'll take. How many carbon? 1, 2 carbon. So it will be ethane 1 amine. Now I will tell you that amine is not a terminal functional group. Look here students, look here, the amine is present at the second position. So how to name this? 1, 2, 3. Here, from here you are getting the third position. But from here you are getting the second position. So we will start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be butane 2 amine. It will be butane 2 amine. Understood students? Now we will discuss that in this amine, if instead of this H we attach some substituent. In place of this H, if we attach some substituent, then how you will be naming it? See here students. So it will be N-methyl. You will write this N and the name of the substituent. N-methyl. How many carbon here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it will be propane. And at the first position you are getting your functional group amine. So it will be propane 1 amine. Understood students? Understood? Please note it down. Now let us take one more example. If you remove this H, if we remove this H and we put here, then what will be the naming? How to name this then? It will be NN dimethyl. It will be NN dimethyl. NN dimethyl. Understood students? Understood? So now you can name, if there is a substituent at the nitrogen, then also you can name the amine. Let us take some more examples so it will be clear to you more. How you will name this? Two substituent at the nitrogen, iodine and bromine. Then what you will write? N-bromo, N-ido. How many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane 1 amine. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4 butane 1 amine. At the first position you have this amine group, and how many carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4 but, and then the bonding is sigma. So it will be N, butane 1 amine. Understood students? Now I'll tell you one rule, okay? Please note it down. So we will go to another rule that is associated with amines. If the branch attached to nitrogen in amine has double bond, then the sigma bond branch becomes substituent. Understood students? It says that, suppose you know that in amine we can attach the branches from both sides of the end. So suppose both sides the branches are there, and suppose one of the branch has a double bond. So it will be considered as the main chain, and the other chain that has no double bond or it has sigma bond, it will be considered as the substituent. Now let us take some example so that this point is clear to you. Look here students, let us take this example. So this will be the main chain, because it has the double bond, it will be the substituent, it will be the substituent. So how to name it? It will be N-bromo N. Now this is a complex substituent. See students, this is a complex substituent because this has branching. This branch is there. This branch is attached here. So this will be the first carbon, second, third and fourth. Understood? And here you have this branching. You have this branching. So it will be N1. Then what is this branch? 1 and 2. At this branch it has 2 carbons. So it will be ethyl. Then how many carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Butyl. Close the bracket. And then how many carbon here? 1 and 2. So it will be eth 1, 2. Eth 1 in 1 amine. It will be eth 1 in 1 amine. Understood? Eth 1 in 1 amine. At the first position you have a double bond. At the first position you have the functional group. So eth 1 in 1 amine. Understood students? Understood students? Look here students, let us take this example. Let us take this example. You can look here. How many carbon here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, same number of carbons around the nitrogen atom, but this has a double bond. This has a double bond. So, it will be the main chain. It will be the substituent. So, how you will write it down? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be N-butyl, but 3 in 1 amine. It will be N-butyl, but 3 in 1 amine. Understood students? See here. Look students, take a look at this example. Take a look at this example. It has 2 chains and one substituent here at N. So 2 substituent, this will be the main chain. This will be the main chain because it has a double bond. Because it has a double bond. Then how to name it? It will be, how many carbon here? It will be, here it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it will be 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon. And at the first position you can see one more substituent. So this is a complex substituent. This is a complex substituent. So let us name it. It will be N. First position you can see the branching. It will be 1 cyclo prop 1, 2, 2 in. Then how many carbon? 1, 2, 3. Propyl. So this is how you will name this. This is how you will name this complex. Okay. 1 cyclo. At the first position you have the cyclopropane ring that has a double bond. So it will be 1 cycloprop. It will be 1 and 2. So at the second position you have this double bond. So it will be 2 in. And then this is 1, 2, 3. Propyl. This will be 1 cycloprop 2 in propyl. Enyl. 2 enyl. 1 cycloprop 2 enyl propyl. Then we will go to this. It will be N-ido. Or you will name it first. Write it first. Because I comes before P. I comes before P. So it will be N-ido and 1 cycloprop 2 in enyl propyl. Then this chain you come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come to the main chain. Come to the main chain. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon. But at the third position you have the double bond. 3 in. At the first position you have the amine group. Understood students? So this is how we will be naming. Now next move to the next component of our lecture, that is the nomenclature of ether. This is clear to you? Let me move to the next component, that is ether. So the ether structure will look like this: ROR dash, ROR dash. So we will name it as, the suffix will be alkoxy alkane. Now note one more thing, that the smaller alkyl group will be alkoxy. Larger one will be alkane. Okay. So the smaller group in both these alkyl groups, the smaller one will become the alkoxy. Larger one will become the alkane. Understood, students? So we'll do some examples. So it will be, see, this side 1 and 2 carbon atoms. Here 1 carbon atom. This is smaller, so it will be methoxy ethane. How many carbon? 1. Methoxy. How many carbon? 2. Ethane. So it will be or you can call it as, this is the common name, ethyl methyl ether. That is the common name. Understood, students? Let us take some examples so that it's more clear to you. Now look here. How many carbon atom this side? 1, 2. How many carbon atom there? 1, 2, 3. So here you have 2, here you have 3. 2 we will write ethane, 3 propane. Then what will be the oxy group? It will be ethoxy, because this is a smaller group, and here it will be propane. So it will be ethoxy propane, or common name will be ethyl propyl ether. Ethyl propyl ether. Understood, students? Now let us take some more examples. See, students, here you have got the branching. Here you have got the branching. So it will be 1, 2. So it will be, this is smaller, this is a smaller group. So it will be methoxy. Then at the first position of this group you have a methyl group. So it will be 1 methyl. How many carbon? 1, 2, 3. So it will be propane. Here see, some students might say that you should write here ethane. But in the case of ether, whatever you are counting, what you are counting, at the both sides we are counting the number of carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3. Here 1, so meth. Here 3, so prop. So it will be 1 methyl propane. It will be 1 methyl propane. Understood, students? Now I will tell you some more examples. Now look here, students. How to name this compound? How to name this compound? How to name this compound? See here. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms here, and 1 branching is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 1 methyl, 1, 2, 3 propoxy, or you can say 1 methyl propoxy, 1, 2, 3, 4 butane. Now I will tell you that in case of ether, if there is a double bond, that chain will become the main chain. If there is a double bond and triple bond both, then you will consider the double bond for choosing your main chain. Let us see some examples. Now look here, students. This will be the main chain. How many carbon? 1, 2, 3. Here how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it has the larger ring, but it has the double bond. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Butoxy 1, 2, 3. Prop 3 in. I hope this is clear to you. Let me take one more example. See here, students, how to name this? This has the double bond. This has the double bond, so it will be the main chain. It will be the main chain. It will have the alkane suffix, and this will have the substituent, that is alkoxy. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be pentoxy 1, 2, 3. Prop 2 in. Pentoxy prop 2 in. Understood, students? So this is how you will be naming the ethers. Now let us take some more examples. Now I will take some examples with triple bond and see triple bond and double bond, which will be the main chain. Okay. The rule says that double bonds gets the priority over triple bond. Rule says that double bond gets the priority over triple bond. So it will be 1, 2, 3. 3 means propinoxy, propinoxy, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will be but 2 in. It will be propinoxy but 2 in. Propinoxy but 2 in. I hope this is clear. Let me take one or two more examples. See here, students. How many carbon this side? 1, 2, 3. How many carbon this side? 1 and 2. But it has a double bond. Double bond will get priority over the triple bond. So it will be 1, 2, 3. Propinoxy it 1 in. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Understood, students? Understood? So this will end the nomenclature of cyanides, amine and ether. In my next lecture we'll meet, and the next lecture will be all about the carboxylic acid. I hope you like this lecture. Please subscribe my channel and please press the bell icon so that you can get the notification. In the end of this lecture, I will be giving you some questions to practice along with the answer. I hope you like the video. Thank you, students.